Sharon under center. 1st and 10 of the 25. Toss sweep right side. It's a reverse play. It's knocked down. It's a fumble and picked up. Tonka Hemingway at the 5. Down to 3. There's in a triangle out to the right. Now comes in motion across the face. Rattler, wide receiver screen, thrown out right side. Got a block and open. Antoine Juice Wells at the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Carolina.
Welcome everybody to the week 6 installment of Gamecock Talk on my channel. And as always, South Carolina has won another matchup here. 3 wins in a row. This time, though, it's a little bit more impressive against the 13th ranked Kentucky Wildcats. They finished them off 24-14, and obviously the biggest narrative around this game is the fact that Will Levis did not play, but I honestly think we probably still had a chance even if he did play. Their backup quarterback looked good. Kaya Sharon, he ended up having 2 touchdowns and 1 interception at the end of the day, sealed the deal for the Gamecocks, but at the end of the day, the Gamecocks defense played well. The offensive line of Kentucky was not even close to guarding any of our defensive linemen for more than like half a second. It seemed like every play they had pressure. They limited the run game to an extent, 22 for 126 for Chris Rodriguez. It was really expected that they were going to just be able to run down and just continuously run and win the game. But thankfully the defense came to play a little bit on that side of the ball and really didn't start out flat. 7-7 at halftime, but the Gamecocks scored on the second play of the game. You'll probably see it on screen now. We had that blocked, or that little bit of they tried to flip it back and the defender hit it, fumble, ball on the ground. Tonka Hemingway picks it up and returns it down to about the 1 yard line or 2 yard line of Kentucky. Then we see Mr. Marshawn Lloyd, the MVP of the night, take it in from about 3 yards out on a 1 yard or on a touchdown run there on the first offensive play from scrimmage. And yes, this is a very exciting moment for this season. Obviously, you don't want to be overly excited because we still have the rest of the season. Next week, we've got a bye week, but after that, we have to forget about this game. Yeah, take the momentum, but we also have to move forward, and we have to look at the teams we're playing a week at a time. Next up will be Texas A&M, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. There's still some things that we need to talk about with this offensive, scheme and the way the offensive runs in these games because, yes, we won. Yes, we beat a ranked team, a top 15 team at the time. Initially last week before they lost to Ole Miss, they were a top 10 team. I believe they got as high as number 8. So this is a major win. This is Beamer's first top 25 team that we've beat. This is the first 3-game winning streak that the Gamecocks have been on since 2017, the first under Beamer, obviously. And man, this is just a great way to start it off. Unfortunately, like I said, bye week next week, so maybe some of that momentum gets lost, but I do think there's a lot we can build off of on this game, and that is basically that. Marshawn Lloyd is the best player offensively on this team. He really got finally going these last few weeks, and he was able to stay consistent pretty much this entire game. He finished with 22 carries, 110 yards. He had 1 touchdown there early in that first quarter, but we didn't need him to give us a lot of touchdowns because Jalen Brooke had a 24-yard rushing touchdown. Juice Wells, the first screen under Satterfield that has ever worked, went for, I don't even know, I think it was like 30, 40 yards, maybe a little less than that, but 3 for 66 and a touchdown for Mr. Antoine Wells there. Jaheim Bell only had 2 for 16 again, so I was a little disappointed there, but he did get a few rushes as well, got about 4 for 12. And yeah, Rattler still struggling in this offense. 14 of 19, 177 yards. He did have a touchdown, but he also had an interception there. And he had that fumble early in the first quarter where we had a major opportunity to go up 14-0 early in the first quarter, but unfortunately they coughed it up. Kentucky recovered, and obviously they didn't really do much with it until the late in that second quarter. It was 7-7 at half. But Rattler just still looks nervous. He looks inconsistent, and he doesn't look confident in his abilities. I know he knows he's talented. We all know how talented he is. We've seen, just glimpses of it. But at the end of the day, he still looks just a little nervous. He looks like he doesn't completely know if he's going to be able to make the throws before he's making them, or before he throws them. So he's kind of hesitant. And I think that's killed this offense and the momentum we could have built up sometimes. It also doesn't help when the refs are calling for both sides, are stopping the play to review pretty much everything. It seemed like that was a big issue last night. A lot of penalties, a lot of stopping of the plays to review these tiny, just basically meaningless reviews. But I guess in the large scheme they could be meaningful reviews depending on how they go. But at the end of the day, just a bad outing for the refs yesterday. The Gamecocks, though, as I said, final score of 24-14. A great showing for Spencer Rattler, better than what he's done in the past. A touchdown, 1 interception. Marshawn Lloyd is the MVP. And now we talk about the defense. Coming into this game, we were dead last in sacks as a team. We weren't, dead last in a player having 4 sacks for the season. We had 4 sacks as a team. We're getting pressure all these other games, except for maybe the Georgia game. But we just couldn't finish the job. We couldn't bring down the quarterback. And tonight, this team finished with a good amount of sacks. Let's see how many they had. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sacks total as a team. Sherrod Green had 1. Jordan Birch had 1.5 sacks. You had Tonka Hemingway with 1.5. Zach Pickens had 1. Gilbert Edmond even came off the blitz and had 1. Just a great overall showing, and especially when you've got a young true freshman at quarterback for Kentucky, you need to get in his face. You need to make him nervous. You need to pressure him, and the Gamecocks came after him every play. He was on the run. He was, running around back there trying to escape, and thankfully the Gamecocks were able to bring him down 6 times last night, which was probably the biggest reason why their offense was really not able to go consistently down the field. They did have that late touchdown in the fourth quarter where the defense was kind of playing prevent defense. They weren't really up on the receivers. That was unfortunate to give up. But at the end of the day, this defense really showed out today. Yes, it's a true freshman quarterback, but they stopped the run to the best of their abilities, better than they did last year. They made plays. The special teams made plays. We had a blocked punt. We had them miss a field goal. We had good punts getting them down around their 5-yard line, maybe around the 2 or 3 yard line as well. Just an all-around great showing by the Gamecocks. And there is a lot of, ugly wins we've had over the last year or so. And this was definitely one of them, I think the offense, if we had had a steady showing from Rattler, if we had had a more consistent passing game, this game could have gotten ugly. And I think Beamer knows it. I think the Gamecocks team knows it. And I hope Rattler can use that to kind of, push himself to do better next week, because it was kind of disappointing to see how much they struggled going into a matchup where the other team offense was not really doing well at all. But at the end of the day, they turned it up in the second half. They got 17 points from the third and fourth quarters combined, and they won. You can't complain about a ranked upset, especially when you go 4-2 now on the season, and we are sitting at 3rd place in the SEC East. Just a great showing overall by the Gamecocks. A very, very big win for Shane Beamer. And I am so excited that we were able to snap the losing streak against the Wildcats. How do you guys feel about this game? Go ahead and comment down all your thoughts down below. Where do you stand on our next matchup against Texas A&M? I'll probably do a preview of that next Saturday because we have an off week there. So I will do that next week. How are you guys feeling about the matchup? I know it's going to be a tough one. They just about took down Alabama, but I think we have what it takes to take down a struggling Texas A&M team. Thank you all for joining me on this journey. Continuing to watch my videos, please hit the like button and subscribe if you do enjoy them. Also, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. Thank you guys all for watching this one. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.